We are talking about decentralized decision making. We are talking about giving the authority to those people who has information. Does it mean all the leaders should just sit down and do nothing about it? No, that's not what we are saying. What we are saying is you need to always keep an eye on the opportunity, what you can decentralize and what you have to keep centralized to you. But how will you decide on that? There are some examples we can share here. Something which is infrequent, that means it's not a situation that you face every single day and it's not super urgent. Maybe you would like to keep it centralized. For example, what is the strategy your organization want to follow for rollout of a new product line across the globe? That is not something happening every single day, so you may like to involve top leaders and keep it a bit centralized. Something which is long lasting, like okay, let's move from Amazon Web Server AWS to Microsoft Azure. You may not like to give this decision to each team, because if you give this to each team, they may end up choosing different technology, different platform, which can cause more chaos than help you. And it's not like a decision which will change every month, every sprint, or it has significant economy of scale. Like we want to give bonuses to everyone in the company on Christmas. I mean, team cannot decide that okay, all of us have done hard work and we should get the bonus. So that is something you would like to keep centralized. But then there are lots of opportunities to decentralize decision making. That includes frequent decisions, like what are the stories you would like to prioritize for the next sprint, and what are the way you want to test your code, how you want to merge your code with the code of other team. Something which is time critical, where you won't take the decision now, it will cause lots of delays. So there is a job that's supposed to be run every night, and every night when that job runs, it basically killed your server down, and when you come back in the morning, you realize that this job is causing delays, and every single morning your team need to spend at least 1 hour to bring servers up. You would not like to wait to get an approval from the head of development or someone before you kill that job. You need to get it killed, you need to sort it out, otherwise it's wasting time. Something which requires local information, whether it's about the domain knowledge or whether it's about the technology, whether it's about the acceptance criteria. Your product owner should be empowered enough, for example, to decide what is the acceptance criteria of a story so that they can accept the delivery. If they will keep on waiting for business to decide to accept or reject, it will cause unnecessary delays. I've seen this happening a lot in some of the clients I've worked in past, especially in the starting days of agile adaptation, that team will deliver a story at the end of the sprint. Product owner will say, yeah, I like the work, but I cannot accept or reject it until it is seen by our stakeholders. And the team is feeling quite demotivated because they have done all the hard work, they have delivered everything to the acceptance criteria, but product owner is not feeling empowered enough to accept the work. That should not be the case. So a bit of understanding of what can be centralized and what can be decentralized is very important. It doesn't just end here. You can use a kind of decision-making framework. There are lots of decision-making framework out there in the industry. There is one other decentralized decision-making framework that can be quite useful. You think of any decision that you are facing right now. For example, if I will give you an example. So let's say you are facing a decision right now, hiring new contractors for AWS migration. You want to migrate to AWS and you need to have new people in your team who can get it done for you. Now, is it a frequent thing you need to do or is it infrequent? It's infrequent, so it's 0. Is it time critical? Maybe yes, maybe no. So for example, it is time critical. You have tried everything in-house, you have trained people, it's not happening, and that's why you want to hire the contractor. So let's imagine it's time critical. So core is 2, yes, time critical. Economy of scale, is it big or small? It's small because you are just hiring a contractor. The decision for migration has been taken already. Now we just want to get it done. So it's not like if you hire 2 contractors and they'll turn out to be not so good, it's going to impact the whole organization or the whole customer base. It's not like that. It's going to impact the economies of a team, maybe a department, not more than that. So economy of scale is not high, we'll give a score 2. Total score is 4. Any decision which has a score from 4 to 6 can be a good candidate for decentralization. And any decision which has a score from 0 to 3 is a good candidate for centralized decision making. Now, there are lots of other parameters that you need to be aware of that may include some politics in the organization, that may include bureaucracy, so many other different things. What is your relationship with the leadership? That will allow you to take the right call. So don't just go with the score and go and tell your leaders, this decision has a score of 4, so I'm going to decentralize it, I'm not going to keep it to me or you. That doesn't work. It just gives you kind of indication in which direction you should go towards. That is decentralized decision making. Few key points to remember. You move the authority where the information is, but to do that you need to keep your workers motivated, and they should have competence and clarity. If they are not competent enough, if they don't have the clarity where you want to go, it doesn't matter how much decentralized decision making you will exhibit, is going to fail. So once you have the pillar of competence, once you have the pillar of clarity, then you can put the roof of intent on top of it. You can show them your intent. So basically you are saying, this is where we are and that's where we want to go. How you want to go there, up to you, because we know you are competent enough and we have shown you the destination. You glide, you slide, you do whatever you want to do, just be there in time. That will make the team members feel having autonomy and having control in what they're doing in their craft. They will feel more motivated, they will deliver more, they will learn more, and that will increase their motivation in turn. So please exercise decentralized decision making wherever you can. It's an important principle and is quite useful, I've seen, especially if you are in the leadership role.